Good morning, y'all. I'm Marlene Bush, and this is Stitching by the Lake. This is a video podcast mainly about cross stitch. Lots of things going on since my last video, which was in March, about 3 weeks ago, I think. I've got lots of notes and all kinds of things surrounding me. The 16th of March was the last time I was on here. So, the first thing I want to say is thank you to all of you who who commented on my last video or sent me emails or texts or whatever about my brother Fred. I had asked for prayer for him. Fred would have been 81 in June, and he made his journey home on March the 24th, just over a week after I made that video. My sister came down, and she and I were able to see him several times until he got just really a lot worse and went into hospice in the hospital. His children were absolutely wonderful. I'm so grateful at the way they handled that situation. They were wonderful with him. They stayed with him all the time. Many, many, many days and hours. And Fred is exactly where he wants to be. I did not want him to go yet. I was not ready. But he has been more than ready. His wife died 7 years ago. I think I told y'all 7 years ago next month. And he really just did not want to be without her at all. And what an awesome love that is, for him to be that dedicated and that adamant that he was ready to go. He just wanted to go and be with her again. So we're handling it. We're doing okay. It's been actually the day after his funeral, I started getting sick. Dry, scratchy throat, that kind of stuff. But the pollen, y'all, it's spring here. The pollen is just awful. And I just kind of chalked it up to that. But by Wednesday morning, I was in the doctor's office. I was up all night, Tuesday night, with hot packs on my face. I had gotten a sinus infection, probably had picked up a little bit of a virus at the funeral as well, kind of a double whammy. But I couldn't talk. In fact, you'll notice probably that my voice is still not quite right, and that's been a couple of weeks ago now. Got a steroid shot, got some antibiotics. The doc gave me all the normal things like Zyrtec and Mucinex and what else? Something else. Anyway, coughed and coughed and coughed. I did test negative for COVID and flu and strep, all those things. So I was in the bed, I don't know, for days, several days that I did not stitch at all. Just absolutely too sick, slept sitting up and all that kind of thing. So I am excited to be back feeling good and have my energy back. And I added on some B12, so I have some extra energy. And I'm ready for spring. I am not going out. I'm still using Zyrtec every day and Flonase twice a day because I am highly allergic to tree pollen. And that's what is so terribly bad here right now. Everything is blooming. I have to look at it through the windows or from the car windows. My azaleas are as beautiful as they've ever been. I have a wisteria that I actually had the yard man cut back a couple of months ago. Not the correct timing for wisteria, but it had just, over the last couple of years, had gotten out of hand. And so I had him cut it back as far as he could cut it because it's an old, old, old wisteria. Well, it's blooming prettier than I think it ever has. It's smaller than normal, but just really gorgeous. My forsythia are blooming. They're late. They're always late every single year. Most of the forsythia has bloomed and is already gone. I have one dogwood tree left. I had 3 when we moved into this house almost 19 years ago, and over the years we've lost 2 of them, and this may be its last year as well. Half of it is blooming and half is not. I don't know anything about dogwoods. Those were here when we came. We have probably 20 trees in our yard now, and we've had at least 10 or 12 taken down. So it's getting sunlight. Maybe it's getting too much. I don't know. Anyway, all of that is blooming. There are birds everywhere. We have hummingbirds, so we're already feeding the hummingbirds. We have, I don't know if I told you this last time or not. I don't think so. We have a mama robin who has been attacking our house. Every window, every door. She sits on my car looking in the mirrors, the side mirrors. We've done everything we know. All the things that you read, all the things that people suggest. She has calmed down a little bit. I assume she has a nest somewhere, but she's not sitting on it near enough to suit me. I want her to go away. And bless his heart, my husband is so frustrated because he has to wash the car every single day because, bird poop. And she comes, we have a Ring doorbell, and she flies in front of that doorbell so that it goes off and sits on the handrail that's right next to that door. And just looks in that camera, literally just looks in there like, ooh. So there's bird poop there too. He had to power wash the carport yesterday, I guess it was, yesterday morning. We've had so many spring storms, thunder and lightning and wind. Very typical spring, but very beautiful spring. So I'm glad that it's here, and I'm glad for the warmer temperatures. I can wear sandals now and my feet don't get quite so cold. I want to be sure and tell you about an exchange that's coming up. Cindy's cross stitch, and I will put a link to her video down in the description box below. Cindy's doing a Christmas ornament exchange. It's really a great idea. Ornament only, no extras. We will all send our ornaments to her with $8. She's bought the postage plus the envelopes that she's using, the nice padded envelopes, will cost $8. She's not making any money off of this. But then she will gather them all up and send them all back out again. That's to ensure that you actually get an ornament back. We've all participated in exchanges where occasionally the partner that we have, something happens in their life, they get sick, or there's a death or something overwhelming, and they just don't have time to stitch an ornament and get it off. And so sometimes people end up not getting theirs. This will ensure that if you send one, you'll get one. And she's doing it in July. That way we will all have them back in plenty of time for Christmas. I am going to participate. I know several other people that are going to. I just think it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you want to do that, go down to that link that I put below. Go to Cindy's Cross Stitch, and she'll tell you all the rules. There aren't very many. 2, 3, I don't know. Mail it by this date, send this. And sign up for that because it's going to be lots of fun. Let's see, what else on the life front? My family's gathering Saturday. We always gather at Easter. That is my favorite holiday, the most important to me in the year in my faith life. So we will gather on Saturday because, of course, they all have in-laws, and it's just easier if I do it on Saturday and they go their separate ways. My son and his family will spend the night and go to church with us Sunday morning, but the others, I think, will go in all directions. I think I counted either 22 or 23 of us in this family. And I believe all but 2 will be there. one of my granddaughter's fiance will not be able to come, and I'm not sure. I have one grandson that may have to work, but all of the rest are coming, children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren. So we'll have a house full. And unfortunately, it's going to rain on Saturday, so they won't even be able to go sit out on the deck. But that's okay. My house, I've got a great big living area, and so we can all get in there, and that's going to be awesome. I'm excited to have all of us together again. You know, with COVID, it's been a long time since all of us gathered, and that just does Mama's heart good. Okay, I have FFOs, I have an FO, I have a whip to show you. One I didn't bring in here, but I'll tell you about it, or I hope I remember to tell you about it. And I've got some haul. I've got some saved stitches, and I'm going to show you the rest, I think, of the patterns that I got at Market, if I have remembered them all. We'll see. And it's quite a number, and that's okay. I'm perfectly happy with that. I know that not everyone can buy as many patterns as other people can. I bought however many I felt like I could financially afford because I loved them, and I just wanted to, so I did. No excuses, just did. Okay, I had several questions from my last video about this stitch, and I have FFO'd this. Be Merry is the name of it. Actually, it's BEE, but I only did BE. The pattern shows BE, but the title is BEE. Okay, I had several people. I finished this. Well, let me tell you this first. This is one of those Hobby Lobby boxes, drawers, and I got a piece of foam core, covered it with the red and white ticking, and then a piece of foam core with a little bit of batting on top, and stretched this linen fabric, the stitch piece, around that, and then glued those two together. And I glued on this star button, which was a gift from a friend recently, and I see I'm already using them. Let me hold that up there. This pattern is a free one, and it's from Dorigo Michela 2021. That's the copyright date. She is on Facebook. I will put her name below as well. Dorigo and then Michela. And this came off of her Facebook page. I used just a scrap piece of linen that I found in my stash, and I used a DMC B5200 for the white, and I used a Victorian Motto sampler called Favorite Red. And that, you could use any red, any white, it wouldn't make any difference. And I think it finished up really nicely in this drawer. All I did was just cut this foam core to this inner dimensions and kind of stuffed it in there. And someone emailed me, and now I've forgotten who it was, that you can buy foam core cut this size near where they have these little drawers. But I couldn't find it at my Hobby Lobby. That's where this came from, was Hobby Lobby. This was a 36 count fabric, and if that will help you if you want to finish it like this. That's going to be so fun to put out at Christmas. Now, y'all saw me stitching on Miss Mary Mac several times. I don't think I've shown the FFO of this. I showed the finish. This is the pattern. It's by Lottie Daw. It was gifted to me by Abby Bella Stitch. She had already started it, so and decided she didn't want to finish this one. It's on a 40 count, and I think it's saffron, but I'm not positive. I found this black frame. It's not a frame. It has something written on the front of it at Hobby Lobby. And I'm not sure it was even black. I think it was white with something on there, and I painted it. Anyway, this is my finish of Miss Mary Mac. I used all black silks, but I used several different black silks. Whatever I picked up out of my stash is what I used. I believe it was started in 2019, but it even could have been 2018 when it was sent to me. But anyway, I just finished it this year. I absolutely love this. Can't wait to put it out at Halloween particularly, because it just screams Halloween to me. Although I don't suppose it has to be Halloween. I don't know. Isn't it cute? So cute. And really, not a hard stitch at all. My next FFO is one that I bought in a kit. Started it in October of 2020. It is Hannah's Brownstone by the Scarlet House. It's on a 36 count Edinburgh Summer Khaki, and I used the called for threads. And this is my finish on that one. See if I can get it right in the frame. I found this frame at a thrift shop. Let me think where. Still got a little bit of stuff stuck on the back. I believe that I bought this one when my sister and I went to, when she was here, we went to a thrift mall, and I found two of them. I know I got two. I have one set aside for her because she's stitching Hannah's Brownstone as well. Isn't this beautiful pattern? Love that house. Just love that house. There might be a few mistakes up in the flowers here and there. I may have gotten a leaf in the wrong place. Could have happened. That one's going up on the wall very quickly. And my fourth FFO is a new start and a finish, and it is from Market. It's from Brenda Gervais, The Rabbit and the Rose. Do I have that right side up? I do. The Rabbit and the Rose. I thought about this one a long time about how I wanted to finish it because it's a pretty good size piece for a pillow. Let's see, what did I use? Let me look and I'll tell you. It's an even weave. I don't even know what the count of that is. It was something I had in my stash, so I have no idea. And I just used the call for DMC. I ended up making a pillow. I put lace behind, just some old lace that I had. It's a cotton. It looks like it might be crocheted, but I don't think so. I don't know. And then I had this kind of rosy red rickrack, and I put in front of it to kind of bring out this color right here. And I'm ready to put this one out now that Easter's here. But I'm leaving them. My bunnies are all staying out for a little while longer. Because Easter's not about bunnies. Spring is about bunnies. Okay, that's all of my FFOs. I also had another new start. Grab this stuff right here. And a finish. This pattern is from Whilst Iris Naps. It is Florence Rose Mariner, 1886. And this is the pattern. Only 2 colors of threads in this one, y'all. Now her finish on the spool, she added a 3rd color on the back where she stitched those together. I'm not going to finish it on a spool because I do not have one that's big enough around for that. And I think I'm just going to frame it. I have quite a few small samplers framed. And this is my finish of Florence Rose Mariner. I stitched this on a 32 count hog bristle. And the colors used in this are All Weeks Dye Works, Cayenne, and Teal Frost. And the black that she used on the back to stitch it together was mascara. Oh, sweet little sampler. Really sweet little sampler. I'm going to take that next week, see if I can find a frame for it. And then another new start was this one from Lori Rippey. I Choose Joy. I'm using the Call-For DMC threads. And I used a 28 count piece of fabric that I do not know the color of. It was just one I had in my stash. And this is how far I've gotten on that one. So it's the only whip that I brought in here to show you because I picked back up Coming to America by Brenda Gervais, which I've shown y'all and everyone has seen multiple times. I am going to finish that one probably not tonight, but tomorrow night. I don't think I have enough hours tonight to finish it. I think it's going to take probably 5 or 6 more hours to finish. And I will be through with Coming to America. Cannot wait to be through with that one. I started it in the fall of 20 when everyone else did. And I got 3/4 of the way through it and just kind of burned out and put it aside. And I picked it up once or twice and stitched on it a little bit. But I'm going to save showing you that one until I have the finish, and I'll show it on my next one. I would love to hear from some of you who finished that, what you did about the framing of it. Did you send it somewhere? Did you take it to Hobby Lobby or Michael's? Just what did you do? I'm thinking about taking it to Hobby Lobby and ordering the frame and framing it myself. However, it does have an outside border that's going to require that it really be straight. So I'm not sure if I trust myself to do that or not. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you did. I'd appreciate that. Okay, it is time for me to show you what I have bought. Now the patterns I think are all from Market. But I have some other things that are not. So let me do 2 things first. I do have a giveaway. I have this kit from Cherished Stitches. How Doth the Busy Bee? And it includes the linen, the ribbons, the thread, the lining fabric, the button, and the chenille for the cording, and the chart. Everything is in here, y'all. All of this fabric right here, the linen, the threads, all of that is in here. And I am going to give this away. If you would like to win this, please comment below and use the word bee, B-E-E. Must have 2 E's because that's how I'm going to search for it. Something about bees. You can say bee or bees, plural. I don't care. I have a beehive in my backyard that has actually almost doubled. My son-in-law takes care of it, and I don't understand any of the terminology, but he had to add on to it. We may reach the point where we have a second hive. I don't know. That's exciting, though. So this is the giveaway for this video. The giveaway from the last video, which was a pattern that had a bunny in it. I can't remember the name of the pattern. Redo. Anyway, I did the random comment picker, and the winner of that is Woolly Girl, Pam Miller. I think Pam's won something before. So Pam, please email me, and that will be below, and send me your address. It might be middle of next week. Y'all know I'm not fast getting these things out because it's at least a 20-minute drive for me to get to the post office, so I don't go very often. Anyway, Pam, send me your snail mail information, please. Okay, several videos ago on Brenda and the Cereal Starter, Brenda and Laura, Brenda showed a shadow box that she had bought that she got from Amazon. This is just some little pins to pin things in there. And I was kind of looking for one of these, so I went and looked, and it was a very reasonable price, and so I did buy that, and it came in. At the thrift shop, I found a couple of frames. Found this beautiful oval frame. It does have the stand-up thing on it. So whatever I put in here, this is not going to be hung. It's going to be something to put on a table. But isn't that a pretty frame? And I didn't pay much for it. Maybe $3, which I thought was very reasonable. It's very heavy. And then this is the other frame for my sister, for Hannah's brownstone. This is how I found these frames. That's what was in it. And I just took all that out. So that's going to be going to my sister's. I'm going up there next week, I think. And then she found at a thrift store or an estate sale. I can't remember. She goes to estate sales and sends me pictures and says, "Do you want me to buy this for you?" And I either say yes or no, and then I send her the money and, we exchange. I will tell you that she went to an estate sale last week, 10 days ago, something like that. I've been thinking about redoing one of my bedrooms and couldn't decide what I wanted to do. But at that estate sale, she found 14 stitched pieces. 14. She found more than that, but 14 is what I bought. I don't have them yet to show you, but I will have in a couple of weeks. Told in a Garden. Several are Amish. Told in a Garden, Blueberry Homecoming, Bird in Hand, if you recognize those patterns. There were some Prairie Schooler animals, the cow, the pig, the rooster, the goat. That will kind of tie into that because there's a farmhouse scene, there's a school, one with a church and a house. Some of them I haven't researched yet because I'm waiting till they get here to see what the patterns are. Anyway, I'm going to make a wall over the bed with all of those stitched pieces. I know that some people really don't want stitched things up in their homes unless they stitch them, and that's great. I think that's awesome. But for me, two things. They're just beautifully stitched. These are beautiful pieces, professionally framed, and they went to a sale. I think about my own pieces, and are they going to go to an estate sale? Or, we laugh and say we don't want them in Goodwill, and I've told my girls that. But truth be told, we'll be gone, and we won't know where they are. But I just like the idea of having those pieces and knowing that some other woman sat during her evenings stitching just like I do. There's such a connection there for me. It's a heart connection with someone I don't even know. I value those. I treasure those. So they're going to go up in one of my bedrooms. And when I get that done, when I get those here and get that done, I'll take some pictures to show you. I'm going to try to learn how to insert pictures. And I have someone who's offered to help me learn that. So I'm going to try to work on that and see if I can learn to do it. So hopefully I'll show those to you next time. Anyway, here are two other Save the Stitches pieces that I also picked up for $2 or $3. This one I'm going to take out of the frame. I have no idea. This one was stitched in 2014. It's on Ada, I think 14 count. I don't know the pattern. I don't know anything about it. But I'm going to take it out of this frame and I'm going to frame it closer. I have several patriotic pieces that are framed, and I may try to group all of those together. This name is, cannot read the first initial, SCHAMS. There's an initial and a period, SCHAMS, and it was stitched in 2014. It was found in Missouri. That's where my sister got it. And then this one is my favorite. It's got to come out of this frame and be washed. Let me get closer here. It was $9. Look at those birds. Hey, Kim, the Contented Stitcher, do y'all watch her? She's been stitching birds, and oh, they're so pretty. She'll be jealous seeing these. And I will frame those as well, but closer to the border, a little bit closer to the border probably, and no mats. At least I think that right now. I'll see once it's very dirty, very dirty. And I feel sure it's done with DMC. It's on Ada, probably, I don't know if that's a 14 count or 18 maybe. Anyway, it's beautiful stitching, beautiful colors. Okay, we're up to pattern time. I don't remember how many I bought, and this actually is not all because I've already shown you the Brenda Gervais. But Teresa Kogut, I thought, just did a phenomenal job. Phenomenal on her patterns. This one is called Love Lives Here. And that pattern right there, I want to stitch that pattern. Let me take it out of this package. I know that's crinkling, but it also gets a glare on it. I don't know, but this could be a schoolhouse. I'm an old educator, so I always look for schoolhouses. It might not be. But isn't it pretty? Love the couple. The beard. My husband used to have a beard, although he does not anymore. He just has a mustache now. Old men probably shouldn't have beards anyway. It just makes them look like old men. Whoops, I didn't say that out loud, did I? If your man has a beard and he's an old man, it's probably really cute. Look at that one. That one's called This Small Sampler. So sweet. Okay. Then she has a book called Gather, which I'm sure y'all have seen. Very, very pretty. This one is my favorite right here. although all of them are pretty. This one's Sally Emerson, 1839 is what it says, and I have no idea if that's a reproduction or not. But I also love this that I think is the one that's, yeah, it's Gather. It's got all the animals gathered up. And I love that too. Another really great book. And then my third Teresa Kogut purchase was Let Love Reign. This book. Y'all, these are such a good quality. Nice, heavy cardboard, good, thick pages. Beautiful colors printed. I want to stitch this one, this little small. You'll never know, dear, how much I love you. What is that song? You'll never know, dear? Anyway, I want to stitch that, and I really think I want to stitch it 3 times for my children. If you want to change the world, go home and love your family. This one, too, is excellent. I keep upping the years that God's going to have to let me live so that I can stitch all the patterns that I have bought. I wonder what he thinks about me doing that. He's probably laughing and laughing. Okay, let's move on to Blackbird Designs. I want y'all to know I was feeling pretty bad because I have so many Blackbird Design patterns and I've not stitched very many at all. I mean, I'm like close to 80, okay? And I was feeling really bad until I saw on, I don't know if it was Facebook or Instagram this week, someone who confessed to having over 300. I didn't even know they had over 300. A Heart Remembers. The sweetest pattern. Love, look at the 2 birds. Look at that. How sweet is that? And then this little one with the house on it. Oh my goodness. And then look at this, just the little basket. Ah, luscious. I can't remember if I bought 2 or 3. No, only 2 Blackbirds this time. I know they had more, but this is all I bought. And this one is Humming of the Bees. It's been a favorite of several people I know. Love the house. Those are just not fun to stitch always because of the mortar in there. But they end up being so pretty. It's kind of like Hannah's brownstone. It was just gorgeous. I love the beehive, the bee skep right there. Now, my beehive doesn't look like that, y'all. Mine's like a white box. So pretty. And then, I cannot remember. This is a Brenda Gervais pattern, but honestly, I don't remember if it came out at market or if I got it before that. And I don't see a date. I don't see a copyright date on it. Rejoice Evermore. Doesn't matter if it came out at market or not. I bought it and I thought y'all might want to see it because it's so pretty. So pretty. Love the border. Love the birds. All right. And then there's Scarlet House. Harriet Passy, 1838. I'm not going to take all of these out. Another sweet sampler. Not a big one. Stitched on 40 count, it's 9.5 by 6 1/8. Not that I will be stitching it on a 40 count because my eyes are not ready for that. But a nice size sampler. Of course, I bought her little smalls, needfuls. I want to stitch all of those, all of them. And she had another one of smalls called Schoolgirl Samplings. Loved these as well. And then two samplers, Janet Barr Slater, 1853. This one says, "Fear not, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." Janet Barr Slater, Greenock. I assume that's English, maybe? I don't know. Let me see if it says. Scotland. She was born in Greenock, Renfrewshire, Scotland on June 28, 1840. She lived until 1918. That's the year my father was born. And the last one from Scarlett House, Philadelphia Vine, 1755. And it looks like this. This is a band sampler. There's some over one stitching. There's some Algerian eyelets. It says, "Be you to others kind and true, as you'd have others be to you. And neither do nor say to men whatever you would not take again." And if you look right here, she couldn't get all of "again" on the line, and she put the "n" right up above. So unique. Titles may let, I'm not sure, let a gloss upon our name, but virtue only is the life of fame. And she did the same thing again. She couldn't get a name. She put the E down below. Fun. And let's go to Plum Street. God Bless America, which I hope to start maybe next month, so I can have that done for July. I'm going to get that done by July. My Garden House. Thistle House. And then this one I'm kitting up as we speak. This is the day. I have chosen 32 count hog bristle, which is this color right here. It's a little darker than what this one is. So I may have to play with the threads some. I don't have all the threads yet. I'll be taking this with me next time I go to the shepherd's needle to finish out what threads I did not have. And then I have two more. You'll be glad to know this will be the end. Praiseworthy Stitches. Holly Jolly Stacker. I thought that was so cute. And y'all, it comes with this little, what is that? Antique spool. I have several of those. I could have, I would already have had that. But just look how cute. Just adorable. And then Rosewood Manor, Freedom. Maybe I'll do this one before I do the other one for the 4th of July. My father would have loved this. I bought this one for him because he was such a patriot. He fought in World War II. He was in North Africa and then landed in Italy and marched up through and into Austria and to, I cannot think of the name of that concentration camp. He helped to free one of the concentration camps there. And he did get to go to Paris once. I have a picture of him walking in Paris. So, that's it. That's all the patterns I bought at market. Nobody say anything bad. Okay? because my hobby is collecting as much as it is stitching, I suppose. I don't know. Anyway, it's a beautiful spring day. I'm going to get out for a few minutes. I'm going to church at noon for the Maundy Thursday service, and then have just a couple of little quick errands to run to pick up some things I'm going to be cooking for the weekend. And I'll be back home and hope to get back to my stitching chair fairly early tonight so that I can work on coming to America. I hope that your spring is as beautiful as mine, and I hope that you are happy and healthy, and that you will be able to celebrate Resurrection Day on Sunday in whatever way your family chooses to do. See you guys in about 3 weeks. Usually is about what I'm doing, so maybe I could do it sooner. But I keep saying that every time, and I never do it. I'm going to try, though, to do a little bit more often. We'll see what happens, okay? See y'all later. Bye-bye.